to manifest doesn't mean, I think that's where people get screwed up. It's like they think, oh, I want a Ferrari. Oh, look, a Ferrari is here. That is not manifestation. Manifestation is about aligning your mind, your heart, your will, your soul, everything with your true path. In my opinion, that's what manifestation is. When you align with your true path, you understand who you are, you understand who God is. Things happen for you. Things change for you. And I have high hopes for this year. I'm excited. Here we go again. Good morning, beautiful people. Although I don't know what time of day it will be when you're watching this, it's morning right now. And it is a beautiful morning. I cut my hair. I actually really like it. Alright, so I just want to kind of go over what's been happening the last month since I started this manifestation quest. I wanted this YouTube channel, and I still don't know what this becomes. But I have my guides with me telling me to chill. Just talk. Just chill. Just film when you're out there. Just, film things. Film what you're seeing. Film what you're doing. And then come home and just talk. And then put it all together in editing. So, and be really chill about it. These aren't perfect vlogs. I sit and ramble. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I don't put on a bunch of makeup. Although I did cut my hair for y'all. Not really. I cut it for myself. But just be chill. It's my new motto for the moment. Be chill. Realizing that very little actually matters in life, and pay attention to the things that do, and be chill about the rest. And I am really starting to embrace that, and it's making me very happy. Now I'm not, the idea of manifestation is not a secret. The secret. Probably to anyone at this stage of the game. I first heard of literally the secret, many years ago, probably when it first came out. My husband and I remember, I think we were in a Walmart, maybe, and it was on the book, it was in a big bin out at the end of the book aisle. And both of us, very Christian at the time, and we're both like, that's magical thinking. That's wrong. That's against God. And that was kind of the most thought I gave to it. And then life just continued. Then I had, my husband and I were in a cult for a while. So that was fun. It was his parents' cult. Lots of fun. A story for another time. That sort of ended my life of church. I never trusted church the same way again after that. And, many years later after that, probably at least 10 years after that, I found myself in Virginia trying to help my mother with something, which did not work. And I'm watching a wasp. If I get up and run, you'll know why. And my life completely imploded. Just completely imploded. And that I'm fairly honest with the fact that I hear God, I hear guides. One of my guides very clearly said to me, book a ticket on the first plane out after your appointment. I had an appointment in like 2 weeks. Or maybe it was a week, I can't remember. It was pretty quick. And go to Florida and never look back. So I did. I packed a suitcase, I booked a ticket, I left. That hardest thing I've ever done. Again, that'll be a video for another day. But I got to Florida. My life changed when I got here to Florida. I was more open-minded maybe to things. I met friends that believed in different things than I did. I'm still, everything I do, of course, is very rooted in the Christianity that I grew up in, that I understand. And when the idea of manifestation started coming in, I actually watched The Secret, and it made sense to me, the movie, not the book. I watched it, and it made sense to me. And I started studying it, because especially back then when I was kind of in this place between Christianity and the spirituality that I'm in now, I took everything back to the Bible, and if I could find it in the Bible, then I was okay with it, and I would go forward with it. And then I would research a lot, Like when I started getting into astrology, I really did a deep dive research on why astrology is not in the Bible, yet the three wise men were astrologers. You know, I have researched it. I mean, I'm the kind of person that I knew a little. I wasn't fluent. I knew how to read the Bible in Greek and Latin because it was so important to me to know what the truth was. So I am a deep dive person when it comes to truth and my beliefs. There's an astrological reason for that. Again, a video for another time. But I started studying the Bible, and I started seeing the idea of manifestation in all of Jesus's teachings, and it blew my mind. So I was definitely more open to it after that, and I have manifested things in my life for years. This summer, I was taking some deep courses in my spiritual gifts. I said in another video about how, you know, the things my guides started telling me about the politics in our country and the shift coming and the pandemic coming. And then it all starting to happen and come true, you know, made me take my gifts more seriously. So I've spent a lot of this past birthday year, and particularly over the summer, really studying and going deep into, you know, more metaphysical practices. And one of the courses I took was on manifestation, and it went deep in ways that I hadn't really thought of before. I hadn't really gone to before, and almost immediately started changing my life. I got a lot more clear on what I want my life to be, what I won't accept anymore. One of the classes, because it was, you know, there were a bunch of classes you took. One of the classes I remember being on was on raising your tolerance level. And it was about, you know, we tend to live at our lowest standard. Like the thing that we will tolerate is where we will live. Most of us will live. And that is absolutely true for me. So I've been raising that level. Manifestation is 80%, 20%. I think that's a place that I certainly, because I'm big on action steps, I'm big on goals, and I'm big on, you know, making my big moves and my leaps of faith and all of that. But 80% internal and only 20% action steps, that's when manifestation changed for me. Because really being clear in your mind and really believing that you can be more. If you can see it, if you can envision it in your mind, then it's yours to have if you want it. I truly believe that. And so, because there's a lot of things that I don't care about. And one of the things that my guides personally have taught me in the last month is manifestation doesn't have to be about the big cars and the big houses, because that's not really my thing. It can be about happiness. It can be about attracting your soulmate. It can be about relationships. It can be about, you know, your health. It can be about mindset. During the course of the class, they ask you to pick out a short-term manifestation that will manifest while you're taking the class, and then they have you do a long-term one, which is from after the class to about a year. So I did my two big manifestations. My first one was I really wanted a YouTube channel that mattered, that meant something. I wanted to. I really feel strongly called and pulled to YouTube, but I also feel silly on YouTube because I feel like I don't have anything to say or do, and anybody can show you Disney. That's what I was doing on my other channel, was just hanging out at Disney. But I love the editing process. I love putting up a new video. I love connecting with you guys. And so that was my short-term manifestation, was I wanted to do, I really wanted to find what my thing was on YouTube. And then my long-term manifestation was more about having my life settled and to be ready to really open myself up to a soulmate. And what I saw happen almost immediately was I realized I didn't want to do the Disney Channel anymore. But I realized that Disney is my life, and I wanted to embrace the parks again and see if I could fall in love with them again on a simpler basis, on a just, you know, don't be critical. Just go out there and enjoy the beauty of them and see if I can enjoy them. And that's what the party the other night was about. When I go out to Disney, it's more about that. But one of the big blocks to me is the heat here. It absolutely kills me. So one of the very first things I manifested, without even realizing I was going to manifest or that it was even possible, was I manifested a different mindset on the heat structure. Again, it was in one of the classes, and I spoke about this already in one of the previous videos, but one of the classes was on spiraling upward. Because what tends to happen, and once she explained it the way she explained it, I was like, oh my gosh, I do that all the time. And I think I was doing it under the guise of protecting myself, making the best of it. We would plan a day out at the parks, especially during the summer, because the last couple of summers have been, I mean, like ridiculously hot. I can't. I've never done well in the heat. Not even as a kid. I grew up in Southern California, and even as a kid, the heat would do me in. So heat is not my friend. But I would go out, I would be determined, I would have a great mindset, in that I would be determined to go and have fun and try it, and I would get out there, and I would almost immediately get knocked out, because the heat is the heat, you know, and I would immediately go like, no, I'm not going to make it, I'm going to be miserable, and I'm going to make everybody around me miserable, because I'm not going to be able to keep up, but I'm going to have to sit down a lot, I'm going to have to stop for water a lot. And I would feel bad, but I would muscle through and I would push myself through. And I would be like, I mean, I would be in so much pain by the time the day was over, and miserable, and couldn't usually walk for a couple of days after that. And you know, the heat was so bad, and I would have to like stop a lot, and I felt bad for the people that were with me. It was not fun. So why would I want to do that? So it would be a very long time until I would try again. That wasn't going to help me with what I really wanted to do, was be more active in my life. This went along more with the long-term goals. I want to be more active in my life, because if I have a soulmate, I want to do things with my soulmate. I want to be active. I don't want to be like this. I certainly don't want to day like that at Disney with my soulmate. That's just not what I want. You know, it's a personal thing. I want to be more active. So I heard that spiral upward, and I started trying it differently when I would get out to Epcot or to Magic Kingdom or even Animal Kingdom, where I was the other day. And I would go in with the idea that I first of all, I have an exit strategy for everything. I have an idea of where I need to go, and I give myself grace, and I let myself sit down, and I let myself recover. And my recovery from being in the water all summer long at Typhoon Lagoon, my recovery time is actually shorter. And even at the party the other night, I did 8,000 steps, and I was pretty okay the next day. So I've definitely gained some stamina from the water parks. I didn't think that I had, but I have. So that's exciting. And changing my mindset on, okay, the heat is the heat. It's not out to get me. And I'm going to take care of myself in the heat. And I'm going to take the small pieces and do recovery throughout the day, and then I'm going to know where I'm going next, so that I know where I'm going to go. I'm going to listen to my body, and I'm going to have my mind the whole time, I am strong, I am strong, I am strong. That's what I just keep telling myself. I am strong. I am not dead from the heat. I am strong. And it has made a world of difference. So the very first thing I'd say I manifested was a new mindset that has given me back the opportunity to go to the parks. Now, of course, it's starting to cool off, so I won't be able to really test that until next summer. But the few times that I got out there this year since I had that, you know, were hot days, and I did okay. I did okay, and I was really excited about that. If I just go down a list of things that I can think of that has been manifested, new mindsets, new ideas, the new channel, the iPhone, the Mac Air, the party ticket, the new mindset for the park, the behind the scenes tour, the new dedication and idea for being active in the parks, which is still kind of in the process. We've manifested little things too, like that booth at Connections that day, and restaurant reservations, and ideal little moments in the parks, crowds are down in general, but just the people we've run into have been a little nicer, and I think that that's also a manifestation thing. I think it's attracting things because we're in a better vibe ourselves. So, you know, that's kind of a short list, because I'm going to take better notes this next month so I can be a lot more detailed with you guys. It just was all happening so fast. It was just seriously, like, it was a whirlwind. As soon as I finished that class, it's just been a whirlwind of things that have happened. And to sit down here now, you know, off the cuff and just go over it all, wow, it's like so much of it is escaping me, and I know that. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good, and I'm encouraged, and I'm excited about what's ahead. Oh my God, best room ever. This is the best we have ever stayed in. We're on the 18th floor, which the only thing higher than us is like the suites and some meeting rooms and stuff. So we were like at the top, and we're looking over Disney Springs. It's gonna be a good little stay. So excited. This manifestation thing, I'm starting to wire it. So today, actually, Amy and I are hanging out at the hotel. We got a late checkout, which is lovely. And we're gonna go sit down by the pool for a while. We're gonna have lunch. I'm gonna actually work on a video this afternoon. Oh, the volcano! Oh, the volcano's going off at Rainforest. I wonder if you guys can see it. Hold on. And then for the YouTube channel stuff, the next thing that happened was my guide started talking to me about getting an iPhone. I'm like, what? I'm not a Mac person. I don't do iPhones. And I was like kind of shocked. I've seen that stuff before. And I trust God, and I know how the universe works. So I was a little shocked and a little like, okay, all right. So then I manifested this really great idea to do these shorts. I'm still at the Disney Channel actually at this point. And I wanted to do these shorts, really cool, slow motion, which the iPhone does, slow motion shorts of the characters and in the parade, and set them to like popular music and put those up on my channel. And I was like, because at the time I was thinking about getting that channel monetized, and I'm like, you know, I bet these shorts would do it, because people would love these. And I started going out there with the iPhone, and I started filming the parade and putting them up, and yeah, my channel started going up, and I loved doing them. They were so fun. And then I learned that you know, iPhones don't like PCs very much. So now I have a MacBook Air to edit on. So apparently I am moving all the way over to Mac for editing videos and filming videos. And I'm a little uncomfortable with it still, but it's here, and that's the way we're going. I feel silly and a bit counterfeit just doing a Disney vlog, pretending that that's all there is, and then, oh, it's so fun and we're here at Disney, and I'm not feeling that. So I prayed about it a lot, I meditated it a lot, and my guides were just kind of like, just talk, just go out there and have a nice time, because you're doing that anyway to be active. Film it, and then just talk to people about whatever you want to talk about. Talk about the day, but also talk about this stuff, this deeper stuff. Share the manifestation quest, because I'd like to document it. I'd like to see at the end of the year how it's all gone. Plus, I'm doing a huge transformation on my physical health and weight for the soulmate aspect of this. So I really wanted to document this year. That's why it's like, if you look at my YouTube page, my header it's got Cinderella on there, and it says 1 year all in. That is who and where I am right now. 1 year all in on manifestation, and all in on whatever comes up, whatever quests and whatnot come up that will lead me to my manifestations. So it's going to be an exciting year. And like I said, I've seen so much happen already just in the first month. Behind the Seats tour, which was something that I didn't even know I wanted, and it was fantastic. It just kind of popped up, and I was like, I'm going to go for that. Manifested those party tickets for the other night. And when I say manifested, I don't mean they fell on the ground and I was like, oh, look, there they are. the action steps are necessary. It's just the action steps are the smallest part of it. The action steps with the party ticket was buy the tickets. With the phone, it was buy the phone and trust that God's got your back. And then that money's coming in and that you're not going to be short on your power bill or your rent. I am not well off. You know, I kind of thread the needle on finances all the time. So it's really a lot about trust and faith and doing the internal work and just knowing who you are, what you want, and knowing the universe so that you can see the stuff when it starts to come in. You can know it. It's like you see it. You're like, oh, that's for me. That's my next step. Right now I'm working on manifesting a really strong plan for being active, for eating properly in the parks. And we've been mini golfing too this summer until it got too hot. Then we stopped mini golfing. We were just at Typhoon Lagoon. So we want to go back to mini golf and have a park stay. And we want to try food with the activity and see if we can really nail it. So that's what's up next. I hope you'll subscribe and stick with me and be here for the journey, the adventure, the quest, all the quests. We are gonna have a really good time. We are. Because a lot of the stuff I want to manifest are experiences. Although I'm on the fence. My next two things I wanted to manifest was Jollywood Nights and Very Merry. I'm kind of on the fence about it. So I'm going to be doing a lot of thought on that over the next few days and make a decision. You know, that's why I'm going to check in every month with this, and I'm going to take better notes and stuff on what exactly, because I know so much has happened in the last month, and I'm sitting here trying to talk about it. My mind is a little blank. I think that's everything, and thank you for being here, and I appreciate you, and I hope you are well and blessed and seen in your own life. And I will see you on the next video.